The Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, is the world's largest dedicated semiconductor foundry, with its headquarters and main operations located in Hsinchu, Taiwan.
TSMC firmly believes that a corporation's social responsibility is to be a force for positive changes in society. Our efforts in the 4 dimensions of business ethics, economy, rule of law, and environmental protection act as a stabilizing force in society and in turn inspire others to follow, bringing progress to society. Our vision for society is one where everyone works together towards sustainable development, equality and justice, and a harmonious environment to live and work.
The TSMC Employee Volunteer Program was established in 2003 to coordinate volunteer activities and invite employees to combine their efforts to make a difference in society. As a leader of Taiwan's knowledge-based industry, TSMC regards cultivating talented people for society as a core responsibility. The volunteer program helps TSMC's highly educated and passionate employees give back to society.
TSMC employees work very hard, and I know they also have a lot of love in their hearts. We try to use their love, knowledge, and experience to helping society through the volunteer programs. This was our starting point, so we create a lot of opportunities for TSMC employees to help society. I hope the way we do things can develop into a model for other companies to follow. From my heart, I hope we can make our society better over the long run.
In hopes of helping to close the educational disparity between rural and urban schools, the volunteer program has recruited employees and their family members to form a volunteer team to read to the children in the hope of sparking their interest in reading. Jinping Elementary School is in a rural village populated by the Aboriginal Atayal tribe, not far from the high-tech factories of Taiwan's Silicon Valley, the Hsinchu Science Park. Here and in other schools around Taiwan, 839 TSMC volunteers have spent a total of 15,800 hours since 2004 reading to children and inspiring them to learn more.
台积这边呢，也很扎实的在每个隔周的礼拜五下午一个小时的时间，带领小朋友进行导读。那我想在各班还有阅读气氛上面，在学生的这个语文的学习上面，我想这个接触跟这个还有小朋友童年幻想这一块，我觉得是非常重要的一个教育的意义在这个活动里面。
When I joined the volunteers program and we can go to the school and we can see the children's smiles, and when I see the children smile, it's making me happy.
The Reading Volunteer Program is only one of TSMC's educational initiatives. Programs range from training secondary school science teachers to improve the caliber of laboratory experiments, scholarships for underprivileged students, to supporting science camps and holding literature and traditional calligraphy competitions to foster young people's appreciation of the arts. As a good corporate citizen, TSMC has a long-term commitment to uplifting society by creating a better future for generations to come. As one of the global leaders in the semiconductor supply chain, TSMC is highly concerned about global environmental issues and also uses its influence to lead the companies in the company's supply chain to strengthen their environmental protection. TSMC has always treated suppliers as partners and works together with them over the long term to build a stable and sustainable semiconductor supply chain. In addition to cutting its own carbon emissions and water consumption, TSMC leads its suppliers in creating their own carbon and water inventory data and in moving forward towards reduction.
TSMC quite successfully to develop their own sustainability risk map of their supplier, try to identify the supplier's risk related to some more challenging and pressing sustainability issue. And they also have the supplier sustainability evaluation score I believe that this kind of a quite advanced scoring system can not just only qualitative but also quantitative to let the supplier and TSMC themselves can also very exactly to evaluate their suppliers.
In many countries, water resource management and allocation has become an important issue due to the impact of global climate change. Although Taiwan receives heavy annual rainfall, its mountainous terrain means that the island does not retain water easily. TSMC is an industry leader in water conservation, recycling as much as 90% of water used in production processes, and saves enough water annually to supply a town of 300,000 people for 1 year. More than that, TSMC holds classes to share its water conservation methods with other companies.
Water resource management has become an important issue in different countries due to climate change. In Taiwan, we also face the risks of water shortage. Therefore, TSMC highlights the importance of water conservation.
Experts estimate that building-related activity accounts for more than 40% of carbon emissions. Many countries advocate green buildings as one of the main methods for conserving energy and reducing carbon emissions. TSMC initiated a green building program in 2005 to improve environmental performance and health. The program covers design and construction of all new buildings, enhancement of existing facilities, internal training, and sharing its green building knowledge with others. TSMC was the first in Taiwan to gain the US LEED Green Building certification and has built the largest number of green buildings of any semiconductor company in the world. Features such as vegetated roofs, glass curtain walls, and sensors that switch off lighting and air conditioning in unoccupied rooms help office buildings cut power consumption by 29.4% and water consumption by 41% per occupant, compared with conventional offices.
TSMC is working very hard on wind power, solar collecting, and also try to use as much LED lighting as possible. So altogether, trying to really make the buildings and environment very green.
In TSMC's factories, an innovative air recovery design reuses 40% of waste heat, and these buildings consume 27.2% less energy than the ASHRAE 90.1% baseline, the most broadly accepted US standard. TSMC hopes that its efforts to build and promote green buildings will encourage all manufacturers to consider conservation and pollution reduction when building new factories. This will help reduce both damage to the environment and the waste of resources, and also leave a better future for generations to come.
TSMC has always been dedicated to fulfilling its corporate social responsibility. To act as the positive force in society, we actively share our know-how and experience with other companies in the area of green technology and energy conservation. We believe a company that puts emphasis on CSR will also exemplify good operating results, which in return creates shareholder value.